I think I've been interested in real estate since I was very young, maybe like 6, 7 years old.
Did you find these deals yourself or are you pulling lists?
I started working as a dishwasher. I work as a server in the restaurant.
Let's get into some of your investment strategies, what your market is. Obviously, you're in Dallas.
Next couple months, I think we will be in a lot of major cities.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Investor Daily Podcast, where we cut through all the noise and deliver actionable insights to you and make the information the star. And I'm your host, Manifesting Mando on IG. And today I have a good friend of mine from Dallas, Bobby Kurniawan. Welcome, Bobby. How are you, brother?
Thank you for having me, Amanda. Thank you. Good
Oh
morning.
man, this guy is so awesome. I've been connecting with him on the back channels. You know, you always look for interesting people that you want to build relationship ones, and Bobby was one of them. And one of my investing markets is Dallas, so I said, why not? I'm in New York City, so I just started harvesting this relationship, through IG and just supporting and commenting. And we were in a Squad Up Summit 2025 in Dallas. If you still hear my voice, it's still a little cranky.
Yeah.
Right? And I happened to be sitting at a stone by the media cafe, and lo and behold, Bobby walks up to me with a piece of a wall that we will get into.
Yes, yeah. I saw you were sitting there. You were one of the people that I want to meet in person. So the timing could not be more perfect than that.
Yeah, that was an awesome moment. That was a moment of rest. It was already late at night. I can't call what time it was, but I know it was late, and we
Very
just
late.
right, and we were just talking. I just had to take a moment just to regather myself to go jump back into the conversations with so many wonderful people. You had to be there to experience it. That's all I could say. So don't
Correct.
miss out again. Squad Up 2026. We don't know the location, but you got to be there for sure.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm glad that I joined the first one and this year's Squad Up Summit.
That was super dope. And anyone who likes my merch that I'm wearing, I'll put a link below so you can support as well. I have some great stuff coming out, so please support as well. Bobby, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your journey in the real estate space, and what drove you, what attracted you to real estate.
I think I've been interested in real estate since I was very young, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years old. I think when I saw a newspaper, the first thing I would go to would be the classified ads, and I would go to the real estate and I would check out the new building that they put on the advertisement. I would check on the price and then I calculated, oh, how much was the monthly amount? And then, oh, this is how much I will have to make money every month to make the payment. So, yeah, I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, but I could do all that.
Bobby, Bobby, that's insane. So basically, you're saying you were born to do this.
Probably, yeah. And then until like about 10 years ago, somebody introduced me to real estate again when I was in the US already. But at the time, I was pretty busy with my W-2. I asked the person who introduced the real estate to me, but she was not really supportive. All she said was just watch a YouTube. I didn't do it until like 4 years ago, I think. I ran into a former employee who became a real estate agent, and he told me that I could refinance my first house, get the money, and put it as a down payment to the new house, which I did. And that was the very first investment house that I had. So my first house became my first investment. I moved to the newer house. Then I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I watched so many real estate leaders in there until I watched Jerry Norton and I joined his fast track program. And there Pace came over to visit us in person. So that was the first time I met Pace, and soon after I joined the Subto.
Let's stop right there, Bobby, because I want to rewind some. Let's go back and rewind a little bit because you're an immigrant, and that was one of reasons that I also loved your story, right? Just the
Yes.
story of someone coming here and starting from scratch, maybe not having friends or family, maybe not knowing the language. Can you touch a little bit about that, about your journey and how you got here?
Yes. I believe God brought me here for a reason. In the year of 97, 98, I was planning to go to Germany. So I was preparing a lot of things to move to Germany.
This is how business works, real life,
Uh,
guys.
yeah, that was my contractor purchasing some stuffs that I had to approve.
Very important.
So I was preparing to go to Germany, but then at the last minute, a friend of mine asked me for help. Bobby, our visa were denied by the U.S. Embassy. Can you please help us? So a couple months later, we went to the U.S. Embassy again and applied for the visa. This time I went with them, and by the grace of God, all of us got the U.S. Visa. So I met this young boy that my friend was trying to help. This young boy was in kind of trouble at the time back in Indonesia, so he needed to go overseas. And his brother was in New York. So we applied for the visa, we got it, and I got in touch with this boy and this boy's dad. And somehow this boy's dad changed my mind, changed my plan. Then I went together with them to the US, and we landed in New York.
New York in the house.
Yeah, in JFK Airport, August the 3rd, 1999, before the millennia.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just stayed with them for like a month, a few months, I think, and then yeah, I move around. I work, yeah, every job that I could find. I started working as a dishwasher. I work as a server in the restaurant, and by the time I left the restaurant business, I worked as a general manager for a nationwide a Japanese restaurant, a chain restaurant, a big one. So yeah, that was my last restaurant job until I concentrate full time in real estate. I have no family. I have nobody. I could not rely on anyone. So if I didn't work, I would not eat. So I just have to depend on my own with my limited English. So we just have to find a way to survive. I think that is all.
Yeah, that's super inspirational, Bobby. That I wanted to touch base on that because it's super important, right? Like we talked prior. Sometimes we as Americans we take stuff for granted, maybe not on purpose, but it just happens subconsciously, whatever it is, and we don't appreciate things as much. Let's say as a person like you who just has to dig out, just keep digging out himself out the trenches and you can't quit, right? You got to fight for yourself. Like you said, you're the only one you can lean on. So that skill set takes you a long way, right? Because I think it's an advantage, right? Again, it's a super inspirational story, and I appreciate you for telling that. And I want to just now fast forward back to how you met Pace, right? Because Pace is a difference maker, right?
Yeah, so after I quit my restaurant job, I concentrate 100% on the real estate. So yeah, I wanted to have a coach, somebody who could direct me certain direction. I was like playing sport before, and I was kind of like autodidact. I learned myself a lot of things, and it took me a much longer time to learn things. So I knew that I needed to have a coach at least to give us a little bit of the direction. Then I know where to go. So yeah, I watched thousand of hours of YouTube, and it brought me to Jerry Norton. I think his YouTube videos, I think, are the best. I think until now, it's really attractive videos, and I learned so much from those videos. So I decided to join in-person class with Jerry Norton, which I'm glad I did. And I saw Pace in there. So Pace came over to visit us at his house. So that was Jerry Norton's house, which became Pace's house later on. And yeah, after I joined the Sub 2, then things changed pretty quick. Yeah, after like the first two investment that I had, we just bought a Sub 2 from there on. Sub 2 seller finance hybrid, so no more conventional loans.
No more. So, where did you find these deals yourself? Were you pulling lists? How did you get these, or just people in the community and you was connecting with others?
Yeah, it's just the people in the community. And I think the value of joining Subto is the community. There are, I think now is about what, 15, 16,000 members, I think. I'm glad that I met so many great members, so many great Subto students. We made great connections. I bought several wholesalers' first deals. So my third, fourth, fifth, I think it was all their first deals. I'm glad I had that. Those were one of my best experience in real estate, to work with the first timer.
Yeah, that's so special, right? Those moments they'll never forget, right? Because they got kind of a proof of concept, like, wow, I can do this, right? Not only have
Yes,
I been trying, but now I did it, right? So you
yes.
providing that connection, it's a lasting connection. And if they'll ever have other opportunities, you always be remembered, let's say, right?
Correct. They always remember me because I'm their first buyer. Yeah, and they work so hard to make sure that the deal close, because that is probably all the first deal, probably the most important deals for those wholesalers. And I'm grateful that I was able to be the buyer for them. And all those transactions with the first time wholesalers are the best experience.
That's for sure. That's the greatest community around. Shout out to Sub 2, Gator, TC, Owners Club. It's the place to be, right, Bob?
Absolutely, absolutely. The community is priceless. I learned so much, and I made so many great connections in the Subto community. It's just awesome.
That's so fly. Bobby, let's get into some of your investment strategies, what your market is. Obviously, you're in Dallas, and let's jump into that. And what is it that you're doing in Dallas now?
I started investing as a fix and flipper. So we got a house, we fix it. Sometime we had a tenant in it, so we had to wait a little bit to sell it. But we made, I think, yeah, the first couple deals. I didn't make as much, but I don't think I ever have like a negative flip. I think from the beginning, either even up or I made like a small profit. And one of the flip that I did, it netted about 100,000. I think that boosted our capital, and we started buying more. But then I was introduced to PadSplit, so I thought it was pretty interesting concept. So I was
Can you explain what fast split
researching.
is to people who might not know yet?
So I was researching a PadSplit, how this thing work. So I had a Zoom with them. So I understand that PadSplit was a nationwide company corporation. They operate as a platform for people who want to invest by renting by the rooms. So at that time, I didn't see like the real property yet. So I was a little bit kind of hesitant. We do have like a house hack, like rent by the room rent in Indonesia, but I was thinking that it would be probably a little bit different here. I would not think that the condition that I saw would be sellable here. So I was a little bit hesitant, and until like couple months later, there was a tour of the several properties that they had different stages. One was barely started; they just got everything out, and the contractor was explaining his plan. His plan was to create an 8 bedroom, 2 bath, and then the next property was like halfway, and then the last one was about to wrap up. Then we saw that the property looks very good. I was thinking that I would stay in those pet split houses if I had to start over right now with nothing in my pocket and I have to, let's say, work a W-2 job. Yeah, I would go with renting by the rooms. I think that is one of the best way to get affordable housing, and I'm grateful that we can provide to the society that affordable housing. So yeah, we started investing with the pet split, and it turned out that their model worked. Okay, so we add more properties. Okay, we pick up another properties at the Subto community, and some of those deals it could net me about 4,000 a month, I think, after mortgage, after everything. So yeah, one good strategy, rent by room combined with Subto purchase on the entry, that create a lot of opportunity for us to make a good cash flowing deals. So a lower PITI and a higher interest rate. So those are the model that a lot of us do now.
Yeah, it's kind of what makes sense now, especially kind of in the single family space. Housing is so unaffordable, even to purchase a home because of these interest rates.
It's
So
very, very hard.
right? So, then as an investor, it's hard for those numbers to pencil in to make sense to put in a long-term renter. And I just noticed as society has trended, for lack of better words, into people being more single, people move along, they're more transient, people having less families, less kids. Jobs don't live up to the cost of inflation, right? These salaries are not matching the cost of inflation, unfortunately. And this is a space that's going to be ever growing. This is not like a trend, right? Where people are thinking it's trendy. And, this is kind of a way of life now for a lot of people. And people like myself and Bobby are filling these spaces to be able to provide housing for people who kind of need a stepping stone, maybe to get somewhere else where it's affordable, right? And
Yes.
how many units you have up and running now?
I have seven, and I'm working on the eighth one now.
Congratulations, Bobby. I guess that's
Thank
why
you.
the contractor was contacting you. Probably that's working on that eighth one. I'm assuming,
Yes, yeah,
right?
he needed to get some material. So the way I set up the contractors, that we agreed to pay them the labor only, and I provide with the materials. So I set up a pro account at the Home Depot, and I can approve their purchase by a text message, simple click. So very convenient, and yeah, it's very clear. All they want is just a certain amount of labor pay.
That's a pro tip, guys. Listen to Bobby. That's a super pro tip. How to deal with contractors, where sometimes it could be iffy and shaky. So that's a
Yeah.
way to have kind of control in a project and exactly what you need and how to disperse funds. Pro tip again. Bobby, let's get into something now more interesting. There's a banner behind you, QB Pro Walls, right? This is a product you have. And again, you showed it to me, and I just want to introduce it to the world as well. And it's super interesting. And this is again one of the reasons I wanted to connect with him, because I like, man, this guy's inventing stuff as well too. I was like, I got to get to know this guy. And when, like I said, when I was sitting there at Squat Up, he came up to me with a piece of a wall as a sample. So Bobby, take over and let him know what you're doing.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, I think somebody was mentioned to me about removable wall and refer me to a website. So okay, let me check it out. I even purchased the product. I spent quite a lot in there. I bought several panels. Their delivery was very expensive. I paid like over $2,000 just for the delivery fee.
Is this coming from Mars?
It seems like it with the tax. Only delivery and tax is already 3,500 something already. And I purchased several panel to test out. So we tried to install this panel and see if they work. And when my contractor saw it, he said, "Hey, we could like improve this product. I think I better make myself this product. Bobby, let's see if this product works for you. So he made a sample, a small sample. I saw it was pretty intriguing. So the sample that I bought, that was the second sample. The first sample was like in original size, but a mini one, like 4 feet by 2 feet, I think, too heavy to carry around. So we asked him to make a lighter version. Then we that I brought into the Squad Up Summit this year. We thought that we could work this one, but then I asked him, "Hey, can you add the wiring in there? Can you install a conduit? Can we get a plug, a switch?" "Oh yeah, we can." And then we improvise again. Can we put in an insulation here? And what kind of insulation that works well, that can work better than permanent wall? So we tried several type of insulation. The framing, I also challenged the contractor. Hey, can we change the framing with the metal framing? How about a different material? Oh yeah, we have the vinyl material too. So if we upgrade the materials, these walls can be used outside, not only indoor, but we can also build exterior walls. For example, if we want to enclose a patio or maybe a standalone ADU, I think we can build with this wall with a ceiling, and then maybe we add a solar panel so that it can have a self-sufficient power in there. And all we need probably just connect to a sewer line or something. So this can be really useful, I think, in the future. We are working on the next product that we can add into the walls, into the projects in the future. But everything will be about co-living. Everything will be about affordable housing. So we want the price to also make sense for the investors to get them. So yeah, we keep researching and developing the products.
Okay, Bobby. So is this like this is sheetrock, right? This is traditional sheetrock. How is your wall kind of different than something like this product, right? Obviously, this has been used for who knows how many years already, right? Centuries. I'm not saying centuries, but a long time, decades. And what's the difference between this product and kind of your product? How efficient is it? Does it make sense? Is it less? Is the pricing less than a sheet of this? Right? How can you get into some of those dynamics as well?
Yes, our wall kind of different from the drywall, the sheetrock wall. The sheetrock is pretty fragile. If we swing a hammer like lightly, very lightly, it will puncture. It will make a hole like immediately.
Yeah.
On our wall, it will bounce back. The hammer will bounce. If you hit harder, it will bounce harder. And have to be careful when we make a test. Also, if we hit too hard, it may hit us back with the hammer.
That's
Also,
true. Very
our
true. I punched it.
yeah, our wall also easy to attach and detach. So in case we have to change the plan, we have to sell the house. Whatever reason, maybe our partner does not want to invest in the real estate anymore. Okay, we can just take down the walls, keep them in the storage, and reuse again in the next project. Let alone the permanent wall, the sheetrock. When you put it up and then now you have to take them down, you will need a contractor to do it. There will be more damage to repair, and also it will cost some money to trash those walls. And also, it's not good for the environment. It will just fill up a landfill. But our wall are reusable, so we don't trash anything. And if people change the plan, it can be used on the next project. Then they can cut down the entry fee when they convert the property into co-living. They have the walls already. They just need to install it and connect the electrical, and it's ready. So
So are
my
these walls? I'm sorry to interrupt, but are these walls like when you go to Home Depot, right? And you buy the sheets, the wall sheets, right? and they're a
Yes,
certain size. And do these come in the same fashion? They're a thin layer. It's a if you got to see that, we'll post some videos, but it's a thin layer. It's like a film. It's not a film, but it's a thin layer. It's polymer, I believe you explained.
polymer.
And,
Yes.
and what sizes do they come in? And are they customizable? Get into some of that as well.
Yes, by standard, our wall is a 4 by 8, 4 feet wide and 8 feet tall. But we can customize up to like 12 feet tall. Yeah, fully customizable. We know that ceilings are not like totally level. Some have like a little bit warp, or even when it looks like flat, it may still have a different height from the floor. So we will need to measure like correctly, and we customize the wall so that it can fit like the room as they need it.
Yeah, it's. I saw, like I said, when we ran into each other, he had a panel just to walk around, as a sample, and like he explained, he had the conduits, he had the insulation, the studs. On this one, I think it was wood he had on it, and again, like I said, it was very durable as well. And it seems like you don't even have to paint it, right? It's like a natural white, and it's kind of a plug and play, right? You just put it up and you attach it with the seams. And the feedback I was hearing from people was like, it was a great product. Like it's kind of like, it makes sense, right? And it has so many purposes. You can repurpose it if you want as well, right? And do you guys ship? I'm assuming nationally, and how does that work?
Yes, we deliver to 48 state. I think in the future when we have our own jet, maybe we deliver to Alaska and Hawaii. But for now, it's just the 48 state. We can deliver, and also we recommend to have us to install it so that we can do it correctly, the more efficient way. And I come with a plan. What if an investor close a deal like in the morning when the title open at 8:30? Investor close the deal at the title. Maybe after closing and funding, maybe he will get the key like around 10, 11 o'clock, and then go to the house and let my crew to install the wall, and have an electrician and a handyman behind my crew. So as soon as my crew complete one room, my crew will go to the next one, and then the investor crew, like electrician, connect the wire, drop the wire into the plug, and the handyman start assembling furniture and just keep moving. Imagine you close in the morning and you have the house ready to rent in the afternoon, go live in the afternoon.
Bobby, that sounds sick. That sounds crazy. You just blew my mind away. So you're saying I can time a closing with your crew, and as soon as I get that key, I can pass it, and they're off to the races.
Yes.
That
And
sounds incredible. That you can set all these chips to, align them all together. That hey, I got the closing at this time. Bobby, you're ready. Your crew's ready to go. Yeah, meet me at the house at 10 o'clock, and literally the work begins, and you have that whole flow of workers coming in and out and moving from room to room, and that house will be done in one day, Bobby.
yes, that's the idea, and that is the best scenario. The house is turnkey already. You don't need to repair. Yeah, everything else already in place. Or if it is only a small little thing, maybe have a contractor to do it, to reconfigure some electrical, AC duct or something like that, or a mini split. All can be done in a day. So while my crew is working, they can work also. So it can be like done in a day with the proper managing the contractor, but the house have to be in the turnkey condition.
Yeah, once your house is kind of turnkey and you're ready to go, this is kind of the last piece of the puzzle. I have another super question.
Yes.
Are your crews nationally, or just kind of just focused on the areas you are now, or expanding? How does that work?
Right now, the crew is in Dallas, but we are expanding to a different cities already. We are training people to build, to install. So yeah, in the next couple months, maybe I think we will be in a lot of major cities. So yeah, that's the plan.
That's super awesome. Like I said, I'm looking to invest in Dallas, and for sure, I'm gonna come see Bobby. I'm manifesting already. Once I get that closed, I'll be like, Bobby, You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to actually, actually, Bobby had a walkthrough, I think the day prior to Squad Up, which is unfortunately I couldn't make it. And a lot of, again, I talked to some people who went, and I got great feedback from people who actually went to see the product and actually even had other ideas what they can do with the product. So that was a great indication that you're doing your thing, Bobby. And now let's get into a segment I call the makings of a hero, right? This is kind of forecasting where you want to be, your Mount Everest, right, Bobby? Where you want your business to be, what impact you want to have on society as being in real estate. So let's touch on some of that stuff, Bobby.
Yes, I think with the Kubi co-living, I think we can work with many investors in the co-living space, in group homes, sober living, assisted living, so that we can provide affordable housing. We can provide a service to the society. I think so. Yeah, we if I'm using an analogy, we are building bridges. We are building a toll roads for people who drive a fancy car to get to the destination sooner, instead of going around like taking a local road where you have to stop for the traffic light and so on and so on. If past our bridge, it will be a shortcut, so that that's what we facilitate other investors. They can go live much quicker with this style of a wall. Like I mentioned, it can go in a day between purchasing and closing and going live. So yeah, I would like to help as many investors as possible. We do everything co-living, and we will develop more products around co-living. So yeah, it is the affordable. We are on the affordable side of real estate. I think this model is going to thrive in the good economy, and it will be in much demand in the bad economy. So I think it will work anywhere, anytime, as long as there are enough people in the area. So yeah, we are going to keep developing in the co-living space.
That's incredible, guys. Make sure that you hit that QR code button to find out more information about the product as well. And again, much success to you, Bobby. You're innovating the space and you're making a difference, right? Bobby, where can people connect with you as well?
Yes, my Instagram is I am Bobby Kurniawan. Also, just visit our website, Kubi Co-Living. I can also drop in my email for people to reach us, kubicoliving.com. I think that's the best way to reach us.
Yeah, I'll drop some of that stuff in the description where people can really connect with you and just tap a button and, an email, let's say. But yeah, that's super dope, Bobby. Bobby, you're changing the game. I look forward to working with you. I'll be in Dallas soon. Like I said, I love it out there. I went to Terry Black's. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I love
And
it.
again, and I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan as well. You know, again, they're shaky, but it's okay. I'm still a fan. And again, like I said, once I went there, this is my second time there. I said I'm gonna make it a habit to go around, actually visit some properties. And like I said, I stayed a couple extra days, so I saw some properties. I saw a ground up construction co-living is very interesting as well. And shout
Yes,
out to my friend Ali. Ali's doing some fix and flips as well down there. And my friend Brady and my friend Z. I've met so many great people in Dallas that
yes.
looking forward to again fostering those relationships. And again, Bobby, thank you again. See you soon.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to seeing you again here in Dallas.
All right, Bobby, take care. Thank you again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.